5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy belated National Video Game Day, and welcome to The Nines, presented by AT&T. I'm one of your hosts, Frodan.
What did you do for National Video Game Day?
I played video games.
I did not.
I don't think we did we?
I didn't, at least. I was on a plane.
Yeah.
It was great.
Same. Tell me more, Monty.
I'm Monte Cristo, another host.
The second
of 3. But let's talk about what this show is. We are going to break down a bunch of memes, C9 clips, stream highlights. We've got an interview with Jukes from C9 Academy later on.
Heard of that guy?
So, yeah, heard of that guy. A lot of people here, of course, to hear from him. We're gonna play some games with Jukes as well. So this is a highlight show, and we're gonna be coming in live. We're actually live right now, so we'll be talking to you, Twitch chat. So if you have messages for us, just let us know. We might be stopping the show here or there.
I dropped the Microsoft Surface tablet at least once a show
Yes,
on average.
he shut it off.
Really? No, it is live.
And also, we know that Microsoft makes very resilient products.
That's right, because it's proof.
It's still working.
All right, you guys, that's enough of an interview. I'm Uber. I think I'm the last host. Unless there's anyone else under this bloody couch or they're feeding me my lines. I was in Atlanta with you, Monty, doing some Overwatch. How did you like Atlanta, though, bro?
It was fun. Food was great.
Food was good. It was swampy, though.
Yes. Well, it is a swamp.
So. What did you do, Dan?
I was busy, hiding under my desk during the earthquakes this past weekend and celebrating America and my freedom.
I hear you're really good at hide and seek as well. From earthquakes, but it found you anyway.
It did find me anyway.
I thought you were just out of bed looking for clout.
Well, unfortunately, I did have some casualties, which we'll talk about more later. But coming up on the show, Cloud9 has a new Fortnite roster. The LCS team had some big wins. And we talk Stranger Things, earthquakes on Twitch, and I might even sneak in a little Hearthstone.
And, well, nope. At a long last, of course. Chat, you guys have been demanding him for weeks now. We do have C9 League of Legends Academy player Jukes later on the show. We'll be talking about his experience here on C9
Jukes!
in Southern California. So really fun stuff.
But in the meantime, we're going to have a bunch of segments that you have to watch before you get to that. We'll be doing Click Debate, where we take a stroll through gaming history, picking our favorite old arcane games, consoles, and video game movies.
Good stuff.
Let's get the show started then with Channel 9 News.
9.
Welcome to Channel 9 News. You may have been on vacation for the Independence Day weekend, but the esports industry was not.
We were definitely not on vacation.
We were all doing things. You were busy as well, I'm sure.
I was very busy getting shaken up by stuff, but let's first cover our first piece of news. The Esports Observer website recently posted an article listing the top 10 most watched Twitch channels so far this year, according to the Esports Observer and the industry data tracker. Riot Games topped the list, followed by Overwatch League, Tfue, Ninja, and Summit. In contrast to last year, Ninja sat atop the throne fresh off his Drake stream, with Overwatch League, Shroud, and Riot Games following respectively. A lot of familiar channels are here from last year's list of most watched channels, but a little more parity, and Ninja being surpassed by Tfue. What trends stand out to you, Monty?
I mean, I think part of why Ninja has fallen is that he's simply been busy with many other things, so his streaming hours have also gone down. But it's no surprise that we see 2 esports channels in Riot Games and Overwatch League being on top of this. These are the kind of fully produced spectator experiences that people come to on Twitch to watch most frequently.
Yeah, it's nice to see that there's a bit more stability, with those esports streams. I also think as a Twitch streamer, your stock can go up and down awfully quickly, and I think that's a good example. Yeah, Ninja was maybe doing other things a little bit more, but look at how Tfue shot up and was able to overtake him there. So that's definitely a little bit more of a volatile existence for a single brand and a streamer, as opposed to those more established esports titles and programs.
Yeah, well, it seemed like last year everyone was just talking about Ninja. This year it seems like everyone's talking about Tfue, given some of the drama that's happened around there, and also just because of his qualifications for the World
Any
Cup.
publicity is good publicity, man.
Sure, especially at that level.
Yes, I definitely adhere to that viewpoint. But going back to our streamers, Shroud may not exactly move the needle like he did in 2018, falling from 3rd to 7th. But the needle on the Richter scale sure did move on his stream Friday night. Shroud was playing Apex Legends when the second earthquake to hit Southern California area occurred while he was broadcasting.
Oh, man.
Wow.
He's actually getting proper shape. Okay. Look at him. He's like a stunned mullet. He's no idea.
It's still going.
It's still going.
What do we do?
Play through it.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Get under the table. No, gotta drop, boys. Don't
Yeah,
worry
he wasn't
about it.
asking about what to do with the earthquake. He's asking, what are we dropping?
Oh my God.
Like, we're in Kings Canyon. We got to figure out. We always go.
Yeah,
to the
probably should have a plan when that happens there, Shroud,
Priorities.
for next time. Uber and I were in Atlanta during the second earthquake, but Frodan, did you have a great time?
I was mourning the loss of some of my very weebish anime figurines that had broke because they fell off the shelf. I posted something on Twitter.
Don't tell me it was Fujiwara.
No, it was a young teen Gohan. A snap. one of his legs off.
Dude.
It's all right.
Very canon, of course. Gohan being useless as usual.
I hate to see it. Oh man, you can see like a bunch of other people were affected by it. I mean, Super turning around.
Another earthquake.
Myth playing, by the way, Myth playing Overwatch. Just putting that out there. Love to see it.
Yeah, I do find it pretty funny that some people did like interpret this as literally the end of the world when it was, ultimately just some minor shakes in some areas. However, there was some concentrated areas who that probably felt it a lot more. So hopefully they're all okay.
Yeah.
After a poor showing, though, in Rift Rivals, the Cloud9 League of Legends team unleashed their frustrations this past weekend, defeating Clutch Gaming and LCS champions Team Liquid. Sneaky was back in the lineup after being out, but top laner Licorice was sidelined due to a wrist injury. Academy up-and-comer Kumo, though, stepped straight in his place and had some amazing plays just like this one.
Double lift, AD carry next to him, so big damage into Kumo. Okay, gets in the melee range for the one, puts him back into the turret, impact and a chase. Can't for the knockup. Kumo, one more turret shot. Oh, he's got the solo kill. Kumo jumps right on
Your boy Jace, he knew how to knock him back with that hammer. Impact, didn't know what hit him.
God, Aatrox so useless
Yeah.
in League of Legends and Teamfight Tactics.
Yeah, what mobility, by the way. So Cloud9 is now sitting at the top of the standings in a three-way tie for first. Monty, what did you see in their performance, and are they the team to beat as we approach the summer playoffs?
I think it's always really difficult, even though they did win over Team Liquid, to discount Team Liquid. You look at their performance coming into MSI, how they actually made the finals before losing very decisively to G2. Certainly the Rift Rivals performance.
Jack wants you to gas it. Gas the boys up.
Look. I think they're going to do fine. And it's nice to see the depth that they have in terms of their academy roster. So if they do have problems, they have that opportunity to bring people into the main lineup who can perform at the very top level. So there are some upsides, but I think that Team Liquid is just so stacked that they are still the team to beat in NA.
All right, well, it wasn't all bad news for Team Liquid this past weekend as Cloud9 alum Stewie 2K and his team put on a performance at ESL 1 Cologne, defeating Team Vitality in the finals to become the 2019 champions. These guys are on fire, winning the Intel Grand Slam of Extreme Masters, DreamHack Dallas, ESL Pro League, and now ESL 1 Cologne. Monty, is this one of the greatest CSGO roster teams in history of all time?
Okay, I think
In existence?
I think like they've started to at least enter that conversation, and they're the second team to get that $1 million from completing the Grand Slam. But I'm not sure that we can really say, are they the best team ever yet? In fact, I don't even think that they're as good as the Astralis team of last year.
Well,
but they could be. They could be. I mean, a few more wins, and I think they're definitely going to be talked about.
CSGO is such a dynastic landscape.
Yeah.
It's not enough to come in and get like a hot streak and get a bunch of wins. It's also not enough to skip all the tournaments except Blast and then just get wrecked.
Time to take a vacation and a break.
Yeah, Blast Astralis, have a seat. But really impressive. Obviously, they get the Grand Slam. People were saying that, they've achieved the Grand Slam in record time. It's like, well, yeah, but you need 4 wins in a row.
Yeah.
It just so happened that the events were closer together. So that's great, but it's not like something to hang a hat on necessarily.
Just watching Team Liquid play the eco round is so scary.
But getting rid of Vitality, like Zywoo coming up as like an all-star player, seeing RPK back in like a top-performing team, MVK, all the boys, I was like, man, this was like 3 years ago where French dominance was a thing. So congrats as well to Vitality for going as far as they did.
I mean, Zywoo had a nuts tournament. He was the only one on his team that had a positive kill-to-death score, I believe.
French team's not uncommon.
On his team,
Hey, Pepsi
right?
sat
in
there
the,
rocking
in
back
the,
and
in the
forth.
tournament. So, like, you can hard carry only to a certain degree, I think. And so, but
Navi.
They should still be really proud. They should still be really
Still,
proud.
I think it's a great performance for them.
Yeah. And speaking of great performances, finally Stranger Things Season 3 was released last week on Netflix, and as part of their promotional tour, the cast met famed Japanese gamer and programmer Takahashi Meijin. He was known in the 80s for his speedy trigger fingers in games like Star Soldier, Millie Bobby Brown, AK-11, and seemed to have the best button mashing score of the cast. Are you guys good at games like Galaga, Contra, and Cuphead?
No.
What are those? I know what Cuphead is. No, I'm awful. I get frustrated really easily and just stop playing it. I mean, like those Maso core games that, that like just wreck you over and over again until you find a way to get past it. Some people love that. I can't deal with that. I have such a fragile ego. If the game beats me, like I'm out there on Kotaku writing an article about games being too hard.
Oh God, you're one of those.
I
gave up playing games a long time ago and just started watching them and casting them. So my skills have atrophied pretty significantly.
Well, we'll see. We'll get a chance to do the
in place of Skrilla. Skrilla skills.
I replace skills with money. Yes.
Nice one-to-one conversion. Monty, you've watched a little bit of Stranger Things season 3. How are you enjoying it so far?
I'm personally really enjoying it. I think it's just such a fun, campy show that perfectly sort of captures that Spielberg essence of the 80s and 90s, and the child actors are just amazing in it. So it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's right. I have to catch up on it. I know you haven't watched Stranger Things at all. What are you doing, Mitch?
I'm basically being a cretin living in a cave. I go to the Iron Temple. I'm not very good at that, and then I sit and...
You're just a troglodyte.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm
just trogging out.
Trogging out with the boys.
It all makes sense. It all makes so much sense. That's it for us at the Channel 9 News. Stick around because later we'll be taking on Cloud9's Academy's Jukes in a clicks per second test to see if any of us
We're all
can beat
getting
the
fired.
Back to us on the camera. So, Uber, why do you hate Stranger Things?
I don't know what it is, man. Everyone's like, culture's evolving far too quickly, man. I look out my window one day and all of a sudden everyone's watching this show I've never heard of. Man, I just can't keep up. You guys are killing me. Americans, you guys are like, now, everything. I can't keep up.
I mean, it's like one of the only shows that I feel like everybody is watching.
In all fairness, like people watching Mr. Robot for a while, it took me ages to realize that was good. So it
was okay.
I'm a little bit behind the times. I'm not a film buff either. I don't spend a lot of time watching television. I think playing video games kind of ruined me. I'm on Twitch and YouTube and
stuff. To be fair, Mitch, even during behind the scenes, we were talking about anime for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's right.
Just sat there and pouted.
That's true. I'm a weeb, you know what I mean?
I wasn't pouting. I just have nothing to contribute to the conversation.
Let's talk about Dragon Ball.
Thank you very much. Only old anime do it. I've been learning about the Brazilian memes though in chat. So I've been told that mech is the Jukes meme. It means like cool or fine.
Yes.
Eat fruits, drink water.
I was told to read something by chat in Portuguese.
You can't pronounce.
Should I try?
Yes.
Portuguese is a nightmare to. Okay.
I'm gonna try. Jukes vai aparecer mais tarde no show.
I'm sure you guys got that. Anyway, up next, it's time to debate. Here is number 8. They put the rhyme in the prompter. I didn't want to read it, but it's there, so let's do it.
I tried. Welcome to Click Debate, sponsored by Puma. Last week, Stranger Things Season 3 was released, and it got us feeling nostalgic. So we have a few rapid-fire debate topics about video games from the past. Before we get into it, we want to give away a Puma gift card to our loyal Nines viewers. Once you heard Monty and Uber's choices, let us know in the chat who you agree with hashtag ClickDebate. You must be 18 or older and live in North America to enter. First up, what is the best 80s or 90s arcade game? Monty?
All right, so I'm gonna go back to this. We started with doing 80s, but I think the game that I was most hyped to play as a kid was the original Simpsons arcade game. One of the best ones that you can play with 4 players, so always fun to come in and have a great time with your friends. Shout out though to the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original X-Men games. I like the 4-player games that you could go in and have a good time.
March of the Vacuum.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we didn't all have that many friends that play video games, but my favorite one was Time Crisis. 95, I think it was when it first came out. Nothing was better than going to the arcade after school or whatever, and everyone would be ducking below the thing to try and dodge, and they'd be filling up their guns, and everyone took it super seriously. The immersion was next level for an arcade game because you're obviously actually doing the shooting, and even though, let's be honest, you could probably hit anything by waving the gun in whatever direction, that for me was iconic and definitely one of my favorites.
This guy was rich enough to afford to play Time Crisis multiple times.
I know, right? Exactly.
What the heck?
I couldn't afford that.
I could never afford that. I'm with you, man.
You're in America. That's the problem in Australia. So that's the real land of the free.
All right, well, you heard their choices. Now we want to move on to another genre. What is the best video game movie? Bonus points if it involves competitive gaming. Uber?
Doesn't involve competitive gaming. But Resident Evil was one of my favorite movies that was based on a video. Look, there's one reason why. Mila Jovovich.
Okay.
That's why.
All right.
I mean,
acceptable answer.
I do agree that is the only redeeming quality of that movie. I'm going to move on, though, and say that it's not a movie based on a video game. It's going to be Tron, coming in with its own idea of what video games should be. And it includes competitive gaming because Jeff Bridges is out there trying to get high scores at the start of the movie, everybody crowding around him in the arcade that he runs. So Tron, I think, is still one of the most inventive movies that we've seen that actually deals with video games, and one of the most interesting. Most gaming franchises, every gaming franchise that has been turned into a movie has been trash. Every single one.
Even like
For the money.
Every single
Ready
one.
Player One had a bunch of cameos, but it didn't really kind of
was
make
also
sense.
trash.
For clarity money, you're talking about the original Tron?
The original Tron.
Okay.
Not Tron Legacy, right?
Tron
That
Legacy
what it
was okay, but the original Tron is the real deal.
I cannot believe neither of you guys mentioned Wreck-It Ralph. That's my favorite video game movie. It's
Fair.
the best.
That's actually a
I'm
good
so upset that it didn't win the Best Picture for an animated film because Brave won it that year, but I digress.
I'll be honest, I'm not a movie buff, so I might have missed some good ones there.
Yeah. Or an Overwatch buff. It's cool too. And finally, what is the best console from the 90s or older? Monty.
I'm going to have to go with the N64 in the 90s. I think this is where video games really started to get interesting in terms of competition. Yeah, on the SNES and some of the older consoles, we did have some interesting multiplayer options, but it was still really in its infancy. And N64 was when you could get the 4-player experience going for the first time, that split screen. We started to see really excellent games. Mario Kart, I think, came into its own. GoldenEye, Perfect Dark when it comes to FPSs. So for a competitive gamer, I think this was really the console. Of course, the original Smash Brothers. There's tons of good stuff that came out on the N64. So I think that it had the most profound impact on competitive gaming today.
Oh,
I think before I was a competitive gamer, I was just a gamer. I think I really enjoyed a great story and being immersed in a quest and a journey. So for me, it's got to be the Game Boy. Now, the original Game Boy was in the 80s, late 80s, but the Game Boy Color is something that I had in the 90s. Pokemon, Zelda, Mario, Wario Land, by the way, if you never played that, is an incredible game. Also, the Dragon Warrior series started on Game Boy.
Yeah.
Didn't get a lot of popularity outside Japan, but Dragon Warrior Monsters actually did Pokemon before Pokemon did even better, where you could breed your monsters and come up with something new. So some incredible games. And also, they had those 99 game-in-one cartridges you could get, where you put it in there and you could play so many of these games, and so many obscure different games. Some were small, some were really long form. So I don't know how they managed to do that, but good on whoever did that. Definitely the Game Boy for me.
What every Asian parent loved was to buy all those 64 games and was like, look how many video games I bought you for only $20. All right. Thanks, Mom. I can no love for the Sega Dreamcast. Any hipsters out there?
I mean, it did have Soul Calibur. It was the first title to have that.
I used to watch my cousin play Sonic on it, but I never really played it myself, to be honest.
Fair enough. Maybe that's just too underground for all these
That is the
boomers out
hipster.
here.
That is the hipster choice. Dreamcast definitely a hipster choice.
All right, well, that's it for Click Debate, sponsored by Puma. Make sure to vote for Monty or Uber with the hashtag ClickDebate. And if you'd like a chance to upgrade your wardrobe with some Puma swag.
Some boomer swag.
All right, so chat kind of going back and forth on who's going to win. Uber, you got some votes.
Yeah, of course I do.
Maybe the first time someone's ever challenged Monty. Because apparently, even before Monty speaks, the chat just constantly spams hashtag.
But that's what he does, because the way he speaks with such conviction that people who lack willpower just don't bother trying to argue with him.
It's
say it confidently
It's an
enough.
effective ability,
Yeah.
honestly. It
Honestly,
really
it-
it works a lot of the time.
Yeah, I've seen it in action.
The
many
Destiny argument.
times. Yeah.
What's some of your favorite video game soundtracks?
Oh man, so the Ocarina of Time was a great video soundtrack for that Zelda game. Also, Destiny 2 has a fantastic. If you like orchestral stuff, Destiny 2 always gets me in the feels. Just the music is so epic, man.
How can you not bring up Halo, though?
Yeah, that is the
Halo.
original. Honestly,
Bungie does a pretty good job.
They did a really good
I think Destiny 2 copied from Halo, to be honest, with that. The orchestral feel. Everyone remembers the main theme of Halo.
I mean, I think recently, it's hard to pick a favorite. I think recently one that I thought was really effective was Fury's soundtrack.
Okay. I don't. The Furies.
F-U-R-I.
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm sure some people know what I'm talking about.
Very obscure, but enough about
Very
that.
obscure.
Now we hit number 7 in our countdown, so it's time to check in with our chief memeorologist, Christopher Montana.
7,
Hello, I'm your chief memeorologist, Christopher Montana, your tour guide through the sunny shores of Reddit and the green pastures of Twitter. You did it, Cloud Crowd. You memed us, and it warms the cockles of our heart. We announced the new C9 CSGO roster last week on our show, but we made you wait for it, and Zamri rewarded our trolling with this meme they posted in Reddit.
Wow, they really got my hair.
Frodan, do you think we trolled the C9 CSGO faithful a little bit too hard?
No, we didn't troll them enough, Monty, and I know you
agree.
agree with that 100%.
I agree.
The more you ask for something, the more likely it's going to be withheld from you for, the suspension of disbelief. Do you know anything?
Yeah, I know. I'm always down for trolling the plebs more and more and more. Don't give them anything for free. All right. Up next, I'm sure you two are huge Hannah Montana fans.
Yes.
Your sister,
Yeah, my sister?
Christopher from Montana.
Oh, fair enough. I forgot that she was a relative of mine.
It gets
You actually
to you.
pointed that out. All right, Miley Cyrus all grown up now, and in case you didn't know that she released her newest music video, Mother's Daughter, last week. And Kunderman posed the question, who wore it better on Reddit? Guys, Sneaky in 02 cosplay, or Miley Cyrus also in red vinyl?
Yes.
Yes to both.
I mean, I'm very conflicted. It's 2019, so sneaky all the way, baby.
Yeah, fine. I don't really
You
care,
already did it.
actually.
You put your hands together. I'm
Yep.
down.
All right. Moving on, in a post-match interview, Tempo Storm Pro Hearthstone player disagreed with TJ's interview decorum.
Any last questions here for William?
No. Congratulations on the win and good luck.
I feel like
against-
no was the wrong thing to say as the interviewer.
I'm not the interviewer. Dan's the interviewer. I'm just a chucklehead that sits on the side of the desk while he asks the questions.
Do you have any
I
questions
still think
for
no
us?
was wrong.
I'm,
my thought.
I'm Andy Richter. He's Conan.
Really not
Yeah,
how it
that
works.
was lost on me. You're a boomer, Tej. I'm sorry.
Jeez. No, I'm not. I'm not that old. Me and Dan are the same age. Did you know that?
So, some savagery there, Frodad. You were a part of this. Do you agree with Amnesiac? Is TJ a boomer?
They're separated by like 6 years apart. I don't even understand how that separates an entire generation difference.
So what I've learned recently in terms of internet lingo is anybody older than like 20 is now a boomer,
Yeah.
despite that being literally wrong and all of us being millennials. So
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, young folks, you can't just take like the millennial title for yourselves. Some of us are just as obnoxious as you are. Some of us are less mature than you are, and you better believe I'm talking about myself.
right. Uber, are you old enough to know who Andy Richter and Conan are?
I'm not even American and I know who they are. I used to watch that show. Come on, man.
I agree. I think that's really Amnesiac's failure there. All right, so on to the Overwatch League homestand in Atlanta. Stickers of profit flipping off the camera were passed around the stadiums by fans, not by Blizzard. I'm actually required to say that. This memeable moment actually took place last season, but it clearly lives on. Uber, did you manage to? Oh, I see.
What?
I see you're already representing.
Bro, they gave me like 40 of these, and I promised that I'm going to find a way to strategically place them around the Blizzard arena and give our PR guys absolute massive headache.
I love it. I personally love this.
Look, if Profit has to pay $1,000 for this, you best believe we're going to redistribute it, and then the profit's going to go back to him.
I mean, Jack paid $1,000 for that. Like, let's be clear. Profit did not pay that money.
Probably didn't even know it was gone, bro. He finds it in, like, at the end of one of his Balenciagas, just like tucked under the sole. Like, oh, that's where I left that. No worries, boys.
Fair enough. All right, staying in Atlanta, fellow colleague Mr. X posted this. All right, we do have another image. So Jack loves it when his players flip off the camera. It was high a few years ago.
That's right.
Now it's profit. It's just a C9 institution right now for their pro players to fly the bird. So we do have
Give it
one
wings,
of Jack's. That's right. Jack collecting the profit.
Wow.
Flip off cards.
You've
All
activated
5 pieces of
my
the puzzle.
trap cards.
I mean,
5 profits flipping off the camera. No one's ever been able to do that.
I do absolutely love that. And Jack continues to go strong with his players.
Yeah.
Keep it coming, baby.
Rip Wallet.
That's when you know you're always top decking gas.
Video of Overwatch League analyst Bren having his way with the dance floor.
He requested this video. It's not like, he actually said, I'm going to go out there and I want you to film me because it'll make quote unquote great content. Guy can't dance, by the way.
You know, I never thought that I wanted to see a Fortnite dance, but after watching this, I think willing to accept that over what.
Yeah, that's actually not that bad, by the way, when you compare it to the dance moves of some other Overwatch League casters, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
You tell.
I mean, to be fair, Epic will probably steal this
Take it,
and
baby.
then not actually pay Brand any of the royalties.
Are you going to get paid for this one?
Yep, here's me.
Monty, is that you?
Epic, take that. Yes, 100%. I dance for the producers on cast. I actually move a lot right before cast because it helps get my energy up. And now the fans can have a very good
I just
view of
love
it.
Doa awkwardly standing there, just letting you do your thing.
It's fun because at one
that's
point
his life,
I did a little wash and flick, but I turned towards the crowd. I was like looking at Golden Boy on the floor, and I was like that, and the crowd just erupted. They thought I was doing it for them. I was just doing it for Golden Boy. So they loved it. They loved that we were out there, I think.
Yeah, a lot of people were definitely enjoying it, especially when you can get it. And yeah, just shaking around there for the producers. You know, the real tragedy is they never record any of that stuff and then cut it into a compilation for the broadcast.
I know.
There's tons of...
Peace Pigeon, come back.
Yes, it's a true tragedy.
Dr. Disrespect doesn't need you. I need you. Let's get some dance
Real
compilations.
missed opportunity.
That's right. Frodon's just jealous. All right. And that's it for this tour of Beantown. I'm your chief meteorologist, Christopher Montana, and I'm messing up my own name. Back to you guys.
Montana.
Wow, that was some really good twerking on camera, Monty.
Yeah,
Very
I know.
impressed.
I bring it to the fans.
He was in a very good mood at that time.
Yeah,
He was really feeling himself.
I definitely was trying to keep myself
was
happy
feeling
to
myself.
not get really mad. But and actually, we do have one more clip of an Overwatch caster dancing. Ooh. We missed out on it. We missed it on the memes, but this is what Mitch does in the chair before the show.
Yo, you Zoomers, take note. The shoulders. It's about the shoulders.
What are you
know what
moving
that
and
means.
grooving to? What song is playing in your head?
I don't know. It could have been the theme for Love Is War, for all I know.
I don't know what that is either.
He's not a weeb.
We just do not understand each other's references whatsoever.
No.
You're supposed to be a weeb, bro. Go watch it. Love Is War. Go watch it.
All right, moving along, getting closer to Jukes as time goes on. At number 6, we get up on our soapbox, and actually it's our loot box, and we rant about whatever we feel like, and you get a listen. This is the Loot Box Rant, our time to share with you some of our most profound thinking. I'd like to start by saying that this past weekend, the Overwatch League had its matches in Atlanta as part of this stage's homestand, and it was fantastic. For those of you who are not familiar what a homestand is, it's when we send about 8 teams to a specific city that is represented by one of the Overwatch League teams, and we play that week's matches there, all 8 of those matches on Saturday and Sunday. So far, we've had one in Dallas, now we've had one in Atlanta. Coming up at the end of our next stage, we will have one here in Los Angeles. And what I love about this is it shows the potential of localization for esports. Obviously, it was a big question mark, and in many ways, it still is a big question mark in the long run for the Overwatch League, but both of these events have been sold out. I have personally never seen more fan engagement in terms of fans showing up in jerseys, hats, merchandise, the level of excitement in the audience, and a lot of that comes from the natural pride that people have in their home cities and the opportunity to show off and really support their teams. It feels much more like a pro sporting environment than any other esport event I've been at in terms of enemies being booed, the home team being welcomed warmly and loudly by those home fans. And it's just an awesome feeling of energy, and I think hopefully will show good things for the future as we've seen with Call of Duty also moving to that model. Hopefully the fans will be more excited about turning out to these events and really showing their pride for their home team in the future.
Staying with Overwatch, San Francisco Shock outspoken Tank Super had this to say about the new bunker meta forming in Overwatch.
This is what you think is interesting. You think this is interesting about bunker, buddy? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You think this is interesting? Oh, now we got it back. Let's wait 6 seconds for this ult to be over. Alright, now we put another shield down because their bunker's done. And they C9. We gotta play goats. Over that? Over waiting at a choke? 25 seconds for ult to pass by? Yeah.
Right. All right, Super, you're my boy. I'll level with you for just a moment here. You're a Reinhardt player, so goats wasn't really an issue for you because you got all of the... Right, firstly, he won the round. The enemy team C9, and he's still angry about that? Oh no, C9 in Overwatch is when the defending team leaves the point and like you win the game or you lose the game because you just get off. But he's mad because he got hit by the selfless. Why are you mad, bro? I don't understand.
I like that you're interrupting your own rant to rant again.
No. Don't listen to me. Listen to me. I'm just saying. Just want to put that in there.
He's about to say the exact same thing, but worded slightly stronger.
Come on, you want it twice.
Spoiler.
Resources from your team given to you, nano boost, healing, you name it, and now you're playing Orisa, who I'll be honest with you, has a little bit of a lower skill ceiling. You probably feel less like you're in charge of your own destiny, probably less like the Giga Chad that everyone keeps calling you. The fact of the matter is, though, it's clear to see that you just switched to that composition. The enemy team had ultimates banked up, and you knew exactly what you were talking about. You played 7 games, you're in your 8th game of the day, you're probably feeling a little bit. Yes, we're seeing a bit of bunker, but you are in the Overwatch League, and you best believe you'd be watching it, and you've seen all the diversity in team compositions there. I don't think you have too much to worry about.
I love it.
So his loot box fan today was super is stupid.
We did call him super bad earlier in the season.
He's just super mad today.
All right, well, to focus on games that's not Overwatch, my rant today is on community developers and why game devs should be embracing them and not shooing them away. Let's take a brief stroll down memory lane, shall we? What's been the top esports in the past decade? Counter-Strike,
Ding ding.
Dota,
Ding ding.
League of Legends.
Oh, yeah.
And what are some of the most prominent genres to emerge in recent times? Fortnite, PUBG, auto chess. And what do they have in common? They're all mods of beloved IP that either revolutionize the way people play the game or even create an entirely new genre. And why are these successful games? Because the developers like Valve, Epic, and Riot realize instead of shunning what the community wants to play, they lean into it. Embracing change is why gaming has become what it is. So when I see things like Grand Theft Auto Roleplay or Project M for Smash Bros, that's the kind of stuff that we should be doing more instead of trying to stifle it. I totally get that there are concerns of IP rights and DMC issues, but I feel like too many developers aren't seeing the big picture. There's a way for everyone to win here. The developers can win by having their players re-engage the game and stay even more loyal to their franchises. The gamers get to express their creativity, and the industry grows with more innovation. What's not to love? And I hear stories about studios that give their devs like a period of time to incubate new ideas. And guess what? Your community can not only do that for you, but your data team can access all that information and you get to see what easily works and doesn't work on a large scale before you even have to lift a finger because the community is doing all the work. They're tweaking it themselves. It's so simple. It makes too much sense. I'm so upset about this. So please, companies, give us more reasons to want to play your game, not uninstall it, and even make more money for you guys by allowing us to do these custom mods. Monty.
I love the passion. I definitely
Warcraft
agree.
3, I know you want to talk about.
Game developers, get community to do your job and don't pay them for it. That's basically the message.
AKA early access.
Yeah, very good, very good. We'll talk about it more on the couch, I'm sure. And that's it for our Loot Box Rant. If you agree with us, tell us why we're right. And if you don't, we don't care.
We really don't care.
Well, these two guys do.
All right, chat. You want me to say salve to you? I suppose that means hello or what's up. I'm learning Portuguese. I'm probably getting trolled. I trust you though because it does mean hello in Latin, so that's probably accurate.
That's like thinking of Spanish and Italian are the same thing. They're not.
They're Romance languages though, so they are derived from Latin.
I'm feeling the love in chat right now. I can't understand any of it, but
all right.
I'm sure it's
whatever. I do agree with you though about the entire concept of giving people tools, and I think that's one of the things that I've been excited about with the workshop in Overwatch.
Yeah, Twitch Rivals event was really fun.
Yeah, so I think we do see a lot of new games coming out, and even though in the past we've had new developers sort of rip off those old titles or hire the people who created the original versions, like Ice Frog going to Valve for Dota, I also like the fact that Valve seemed to try to work with the original auto chess developers for Dota 2 before they made their own version. They sort of made an agreement that those guys were going to go off and do the mobile version or whatever. So it seems like people are taking a little bit more.
Yeah, they respect the creative vision.
I also agree as well. I was put in Battlefield Prison as a caster for a while I was sort of paying my dues and learning. And I'll be honest, EA DICE didn't really, they said they listened to the community, but they really didn't take much direction when it came to their esports program. And it just died. It was such a great game. Battlefield is a fantastic game.
It's great.
But to try and make it esports, they just stripped all the good things out of the game, like jets. They literally turned it into like a 4v4. It was like Call of Duty. And I cast this for 2 years, so I have a reason to have a chip on my shoulder about it, because seeing the same map, the same teams play the same style with the same classes every time, and them saying we could do so much more if we had a bit more input is a bit of a shame. Call of Duty 4 Pro Mod. Right, here we go again. Would not have existed without mod tools, which was released to the community. And you know what? In the next game in Black Ops, it wasn't released, and then COD 4 on PC competitively died.
Yeah,
and
I'm
it's
really
never been
glad that
licensed.
you don't have to cast any more games that plays the same classes on the same maps, with the same selection of things. That'd be a travesty.
We're all just out here trying to get that back. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I wanted to give you guys a quick little update. Mayo Sosteminat
Nice.
Try again. One more time.
is this week's winner of a Puma. Mayo Sotismenat is the winner of this week's Puma gift card. Send us a pic of what you get, of course.
Keep us updated with pics of your progress.
All right.
Bless you.
Jukes will be on the show in just a bit, but if you just can't wait, here's a small appetizer of Jukes to tide you over. Last week, we showed you Cloud9 League players responding to internet comments. Here is part 2 in our C9 Spotlight.
5,
Dog says, welcome back to another season of When Will C9 Win LCS? C9 will definitely not go through the gauntlet this year. Yeah, we're gonna win LCS. This is the split.
Next comment is, welcome back to another season of When Will C9 Win LCS? I guess it was a while ago when we won. It was 2014, so 5 years ago. I mean, we're working on it. It always feels like we're really close, and then, you know, something happens. It's been some difficult times. I don't know. We're getting there, man. We're getting there.
Welcome back to another season of When Will C9 Win LCS? I'm pretty sure we're gonna win this split. So, yeah, hope you look forward to it.
Welcome back to another season of When Will C9 Win LCS? This split. I believe in it.
Welcome back to another season of When Will C9 Win LCS? I'm also waiting for the season that they do, so.
Welcome back to another season of When Will C9 Win LCS? It's gonna be this time. Yeah. For sure. We got it.
Com essas coisas, eu acho que a Cloud9 já é o time do NA mais querido dos brasileiros. Sempre torci. Coraçãozinho, muito bom. Pô, pode crer, né, mano? Com um brasileiro entrando num time na gringa, todo mundo torcendo junto. Como eu disse, sempre agradeço, rapaziada, todo jogo, agradeço pelo apoio, mas muito obrigado de coração aí. São brabo.
Basil is really not good in comms, it seems. Negative as heck and not really communicating much. I'm dead? Yeah, thanks. Good stuff. I do be negative if we're losing, such as I'm dead.
O Jukes gritando e falando igual maluco é a melhor coisa que eu vi hoje. Como assim, cara? Como assim gritando Zé é do mandioca. Suave.
Not so fat, the gamer says. Picture looks like a take your kid to work day. Laughing emoji. Oh, and I think this is a pretty nice picture of me and my dad going to work at LCS. This was the game where Blabba was subbing in.
Imagina, finalzona, Cloud9 jogando, Juqueira sola um coreano qualquer e grita: tá de sacanagem, menor, pelo amor de Deus. Que sonho. Pelo amor de Deus, cara, se eu solar vai acontecer aí, provavelmente a rapaziada bater. Cloud9, porra! O bagulho vai ficar doido.
This is how Lakers do it. 1v5 is the team. Yeah, that's pretty normal for me, so just add it to the list.
This guy's got to be one of my favorite members of this team. C9, the meme dream team. Thank you very much. Actually, I'm glad that I'm like involved with it and stuff, so thank you.
In this game, strength does not come from muscles. They cannot make you train, nor push you harder. Muscles neither fuel your motivation, nor your stubbornness. No biceps will ever help you lift the weight of your own decisions. Trust me, that takes a different kind of strength.
All right, for that video and more Cloud9 content, make sure you go to Cloud9's YouTube page and subscribe. Do you guys ever go back? and read comments about yourself on videos or Reddit posts or Twitter and sort by new.
I don't sort by new.
And check out if their avatar is an anime.
Yeah, I do that because then I know I can disregard it. No,
yeah, that's definitely true.
I made the mistake of doing that back when I was a League of Legends caster. No, I ain't about that anymore. Now, I just make Reddit accounts, different ones, and just post nice things about myself. And I downvote everyone else. I am you. I am Legion.
I actually make Reddit accounts and post bad things about Uber and then downvote all the nice things.
That's you!
And we're canceling each other out.
That's great. That's great. I love the synergy going on right over here.
We're just maintaining a celestial balance. That's all.
All right. Well, I suppose we could check some live ones right now in Twitch chat.
All they're saying is Mech and Jukes.
And, yeah,
that's about what they're saying. And no, that's another Jukes. Yep. Okay.
Jukes Alpha as F. I agree.
Well, he's true.
I do. And reading, like a nice watching him read the comments of Brazilian fans and then watching how he would actually be expressive right back is so
I just love how the voice
this guy is just so charismatic
for the comments, like especially
funny.
when it's in Portuguese and it's fast.
It's so charming. Man. It's really fun.
Yeah, great guy.
All right, we're almost there, though. We're almost to Jukes time.
All right, we're almost there. Up next at number 4, it's the best play segment of the countdown. Stream of the Crop.
This is the Stream of the Crop, our countdown within the countdown of the very best clips that we could find. If you find better, though, please send them our way. First up, let's take a look at Neptuno of the Philadelphia Fusion. My boys racking up kills while playing Mercy, a healer in the Overwatch League, pulling that Caduceus blaster out.
I mean, this is just great because he has the highest body count of kills as a Mercy player overall in the league, so he's known for making these kind of plays, but we haven't gotten to see a lot of it this year.
Mercy, she flies around and far ahead. You can do that extra damage.
Let's move on to the next one. Up next, Team Liquid won the tournament, but Vitality Ziwu may have had the most impressive weekend. Here he is clutching a 1v3 to end overtime in a round versus Liquid. I mean, this guy was absolutely insane this tournament. If he hadn't had that performance, they wouldn't have made the finals. He basically carried them.
Right, the rest of the series wasn't even super close, but this match in particular, it was super tightly contested back and forth.
He got the nickname the Reaper of Souls at this tournament. It's great to see a superstar French player emerge. We haven't seen one since Shox in his prime.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
So there was a part of an issue with this, which that he might have been cued by the crowd about the third player coming in. And I think this is like, especially that was an overtime in the game, right? So this is like a huge issue that I have in general with esports. You know, yep. Soundproof booths, always been an advocate, continue to be an advocate for booths.
Yeah. It's always been like a tournament organizer's prerogative almost to bring them in. I know that a lot of events in Europe have, like PGL events, quite often have booths. I think the concern from tournament organizers is that, like, I guess the players aren't out there, like it's not the same experience. It feels like they're like rats in a cage kind of thing. But look, at this level, with this much money on the line, and you make so many decisions in the name of competitive integrity, this has to be something you start thinking about, especially in a game where in CSGO, like that little tidbit of information can be the difference between millions of dollars.
In every game, there's one thing that almost every top esport has in common, which is there's hidden information.
Yes.
And that's like a big element, yes, of why the audience is in suspense, because they know what's about to happen. Oh, this guy is screwed, he's about to walk into a hallway where there's people lined up ready to go. That's a really big deal.
I also have to say salve to everyone as well.
There you go. Salve and Mech, the words of the day.
Mech.
Yeah, and that we have an issue. So back in the day in League of Legends, when we used to have everything live in the studio, there were some moments where people were trying to tip people off in the studio about ganks. So they would be like shouting like pro players' names in the studio. And so that caused them, especially in the laning phase of the game, to delay the broadcast that you're seeing live in the studio by about 15 seconds. And the way Riot does it is they wait till there's a replay and then they come out of the game to bring it back to normal. So they delay the start of the game, and then when there's a replay later on, what they do is they just fast forward the broadcast during that replay back to real time. For like
it used to be delayed at live events though, so the teams would have won and they're sitting down and the crowd goes wild as they see the end of it, but the teams have already finished playing for like 10 seconds. But I've got a story for you really quick. I used to cast World of Tanks, pretty obscure indoor esports game. But there were like these. Yeah, there you go. These teams. I won't say the name of the guy, but a team's manager would sit in the front row. We had like no security. It wasn't really well set up.
I don't like where this is going.
I'm not going to say what TO, but he would sit in the front row and he would indicate to his team with hand signals where enemy tanks were on the map.
Really?
Yep. I won't say the TO. Probably guess it. Won't say the team. If you know what a tanks, you know. But yeah, so this has happened. And even for small amounts of money, it was like, what, 25, 30K the prize pool was. And this was something that happened.
Well, it's also, that's why they take players' cell phones, because people are concerned that if they are on vibrate, that people will call them or send them messages to like vibrate, whether they're going after like Baron or not in League of Legends. So all pro players in every game right now, basically the TOs like take their phones away from them.
Yeah, very big deal. Also in card games, there's definitely been some cheating scandals, but thankfully, I feel like most of it's just been abated. But let's go ahead and check in with the rest of this clip here. Okay, definitely highly recommend to go back and watch the VOD. Up next, we have some Apex Legends. Ranked matches are supposed to close the skill cap, but sometimes when a pro jumps into the server, you can really tell the adults from the children. Here, NRG Ace expertly handles some plebs, even though he just got a speck of health.
I mean, I love the concept of the ranked play. I haven't had a chance to try it myself yet, but talking to some people, seems like they feel like people need to rank up a little bit faster because the pros are just getting thrown in the plebs all the time right now.
I mean, it's astonishing to me to see the skill gulf between these players at this rank level. You definitely want to get them out and get an elo system going somehow.
I don't think it's surprising to see the domination. I think it's just shocking to see how big of a difference and how frequently they do run into it.
Well, this next Rainbow Six clip is taken right out of a 90s Tom Clancy thriller movie. Reddit user DNCBNTO uploaded this clip of himself bumping a dumbfounded Monty outside and away from the diffuser. After sealing up the door, he has just enough time to disable the diffuser. This is... he just locks him out.
Oh my. That's fantastic.
Let's see this one more time.
You had me at dumbfounded Mountain.
Yeah, well, I'm dumbfounded by that play, so.
He just pushed him back. He goes with a knife kill. His opponent's using a riot shield, right? And then he can't do anything about this. It's great.
That is funny. And finally, Apex Season 2 was released with the addition of the new character Watson and her defensive grid ability. Kev the Kings 99 uploaded this clip of the team setting up an electric death trap and baiting it with a Wraith portal. I mean, I love tactical plays like this you can pull up as a team. That is just fantastic. Getting your enemies to follow you through the Wraith portal into the cage.
And you know, like it's a bit obvious. Like, see the electric fence? It's pretty obvious, right, to go around it. But they have circumvented that and have put the opponents in a position where they don't have a chance to spot it out. That is incredible. That's like
so
Minecraft level traps that you see set up in the servers.
I love it. The more options you give players in this game, the happier I get. That's
More people!
all right. That's it for our stream of the crop. Back to the esportsmen on the couch.
All right, Monty, so while that was playing, you were kind of like fawning over Apex, like, man, I gotta play that new season. You haven't been able to get a chance to sit down yet?
No, since the last show where we talked about Apex Season 2, I went to Atlanta.
Yeah, it's been like 5 days since we've been able to play games.
Yeah, didn't have a PC there, so.
It's too bad.
It's gonna be good though. That was one game that even us, like some of us casters aren't like real BR like addicts. You know, like I was never very good at Fortnite, but that was a game that we were able to jump into and play and feel pretty comfortable in. So we're definitely gonna jump in there. Don't worry about
for
that.
sure. Okay. Want to get back to it. All right, you guys have all waited patiently. And for that, we will finally reward you. Here's our sit down with C9 League of Legends Academy player Jukes in Cloud Connections, presented by AT&T.
3.
Welcome to Cloud Connections, presented by AT&T. You've been asking for him since the show debuted, and we finally delivered. Cloud9 LCS Academy member Jukes is here. What's up, man? Thanks for joining us.
What's up, man?
When you guys scrim against the C9 team, how often are you beating them? You don't even have to tell the truth here, you know?
No. I do. It's like 1 out of 4 or 5 games, maybe.
That's a pretty solid.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a few scrim bucks that you get.
But like I think when it's like an in-house scrim, we tend to throw more because the game got so much funnier, you know?
Oh, yeah. Trash talk back and forth.
Yeah. So,
all right, well, before we go too much into it, I think we want to introduce you as well for people who don't know you that much. So, Jukes, what got you into League of Legends and streaming?
Oh, what got me into League of Legends was my friends. Like, someday I just heard some, they talking, like, oh, what is this game? And I played the game, and like I think in 10 months I got challenger, and and then I discovered.
Can't relate.
And then I discovered Twitch.
Uh-huh.
And they say like, oh, you should try streaming. Like I'm a one-trick champion, like Zed, Riv, and Yasuo. Like people like to watch those champions. Oh, yeah. So maybe I should just start streaming.
Yeah. Well, then what made you take the next step from streaming into competitive gaming from there?
I think it was just curiosity, you know? Like I was fine, like streaming, but I wanted to just experience when it's 10 players like try hard at his best, you know? Like because solo queue is just, everyone's just trolling, so. I just wanted to experience the real game.
Were you ever really competitive in any other games before League of Legends?
No.
So this is just, you were just super good at it, and in 10 months you were a challenger. I can't relate to this at all.
I'm so tilted hearing that.
So League is really popular in Brazil,
Yeah,
obviously. There's a huge audience for CBLOL. You guys have really epic finals that tens of thousands of fans have attended. So why do you think that League of Legends is so big in Brazil in particular? What about it resonates with the Brazilian audience?
I don't know, it's just a so popular game because everyone can play it, it's for free. And I don't know, it doesn't change if you like spend $2,000 in the account and the other guy doesn't. So in Brazil, people really like not pay to win games. You know?
Yes. It's a competitive culture.
Yeah.
I mean, we all like not pay to win. I think that's true. And what about you in particular? You obviously have a huge stream following right now. A lot of the Brazilian fans are very excited about you being here and competing in America. So what is it about you that resonates with those Brazilian fans?
Maybe like a lot of Brazilian people support me because my stream and stuff. But there's more people supporting now because it's like a Brazilian going into the outside, you know? So everyone wants to see the Brazilian doing well. So even if a Brazilian fan doesn't like me or doesn't know me, he's gonna support me just because I'm a Brazilian, you know?
Yeah, the fans are so passionate.
Yeah.
It's always cool to see them on Twitter and social media too, because they go crazy over you and any Brazilian that does well in any game, period.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why are they so passionate, even more than other communities?
This is a hard one. I don't know, maybe because we don't have a lot of Brazilian people like going outside. And I don't know, when somebody goes, everyone just so excited, you know?
Yeah, you got to feel like they're being represented on the world stage. I think it's a big deal.
It's like them playing.
Yeah, well, they identify with you, like you're part of them, you know? I think I come from a small scene myself in Australia. I've got some friends in the OPL. So I can probably relate to you a bit in asking, what, outside of just get better, what do you think the CBLOL League needs to do to get on the level of the LCK, the LEC, LCS?
Oh, man. I don't want to talk too much shit about Brazil, you know?
That's right. You don't want to get on the bad side of
They have to change a lot of stuff. Like, the community is not so good.
It appears to be big, so why do you say
it's really big? Because I don't think oh, man, this is a hard question. Like, we need more good organizations, like organization that doesn't want to make money, but yes, results, you know, winning. We need better casters because I think casters just focus too much on the mistake of the player, you know, instead of like, oh yes, nice
celebrating
flash.
the good stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I think just everything. Brazil is not a good region right now.
Well, right now, but I mean, I think you're doing a good job representing Brazil and at least inspiring some fans to maybe even pick up after you. We all know how hard you're working too in the academy and you're in first place. How are you going to use that momentum to go up against other teams like TSM?
Oh, I learn a lot, even if I don't play. Like I just go behind Kumo and behind Eric and just watch they play, and I learn a lot from that. And like in game, not a scrim, but in game, like a real game, I just tried not to mess up my lane, and I don't know, my team would just guide me to victory, you know, if I don't mess up.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of what everyone's hoping for too. Some of the fans were even messaging us and they want to ask this question. So this one comes from Bruno Noah. He asks, how prepared are you to face the LCS?
Oh, I don't think I'm that prepared, but as I say, if I just hold on my lane, you know, don't get solo queue, I think we win. We win.
Yeah, do your role.
Yeah. If I do my role right.
So what do you like about living in Southern California right now and in America in general?
Oh, I don't like the earthquake, for sure.
We missed it. We were in Atlanta.
Yeah, I was there. It was quite the experience.
I don't know, like, here is everything clean, you know? The air is much movier than São Paulo, because São Paulo has a lot of pollution. And I don't know, it's just a better country. I don't know how to say that. Brazil is really good, but...
What about the food?
Oh, Brazilian food is better.
Yeah? Is that what you miss the most about Brazil?
For sure. Arroz, feijão, like culture Brazilian food. Yeah, for sure.
I really enjoy Brazilian food as well, so I hear you on that.
It's really good.
So before we let you go, I want to do something a little bit fun. We want to get you to play matchmaker for us. So which League of Legends champion is best suited for these famous Brazilians? That's what we want to look at and maybe get a why from you about that one. So here's the first one, all right? Which League of Legends champion best suits UFC champion Amanda Nunes?
Amanda Nunes?
Yeah. Which one would it be? Better say the right one because she'll find you.
Maybe Ilawi?
Yeah. Why is
Ilawi?
I like that
Yeah.
one. Just dominating the lane. Tentacles everywhere except for her. She's arms flying. Yeah. I dig that one. All right, so we'll stay on the UFC theme then. Who would Anderson Silva, the Spider, play?
This one is easy, yeah. Elise for sure.
You think so?
Spider for a spider.
I mean, I would have said Lee Sim, but I don't know how well that leg's working.
Still too soon.
Don't hate me, Brazilian thing. It's all good. All right, so let's try another one then. Our third one is Brazilian supermodel Gisele Bündchen. What hero what champion should I say would she be?
Maybe Ari?
Ari?
Charm?
Yeah?
Maybe.
Because she had the charm?
Yeah.
Is that why?
Yeah.
You're revealing a lot about your character and personality right now. I'm enjoying it. Of your preferred champions.
All right, so we've got, so we can't really talk about famous Brazilians without mentioning football, right? I feel like that's got to be something here. All right, so what about Ronaldo? What would his champion be?
Oh, Ronaldo?
Yeah, the OG Ronaldo.
Nunu for sure.
So Nunu, not Milam?
I mean, he's throwing a snowball.
No, just the Nunu. Just the Nunu.
Yeah.
No, the snowball is on the belly.
Okay, all right.
Interesting, yeah. So kind of 2-in-1, the OG. All right, then, so if he's Nunu, then who is Neymar?
Echo.
Echo?
Oh, yeah. All right, I like that.
Why is that? Rolling back the years, is he?
You know? Like like a soap champion. I don't know how to say that. Like Fizz. Something.
Oh, like he's mobile.
Agile,
Yeah, got it.
Agile.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Nice.
Makes sense.
I feel it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jukes, for joining us. That's it for Cloud Connections presented by AT&T. Jukes will be back soon for our final segment, One for the Road, so don't miss that either. We will see who really has the best trigger fingers.
Jukes, really fun to talk to. I gotta admit that.
It's funny, he said he wasn't going to talk trash and then just go straight.
I was gonna say, because one of the things was like, have you guys been to Brazil? And I realized that none of us have. But Jukes was like, yeah, there's like pollution there. And maybe it's just like a better country. I was like, man, you're not doing a good job.
I don't know, man. I've seen
Brazil,
esports
dude.
events in Brazil. That look great.
They look fine.
Belo Horizonte, the ESL event. Sao Paulo, they get out there for IEM.
LOL events.
Yeah. So I used to be a caster in CS, but not the one that would get sent to the events. It wasn't quite good enough. But I would do the group stages before, like the main matchups that happened like locally in Europe, and I'd watch it. I'd be so jealous. So Overwatch League, let's get to Brazil. Let's do it. I'd love to get out there. The fans are crazy. The atmosphere seems ridiculous. As an Australian, I can relate with crazy sports fans.
Yeah, I'm also supposed to say salve to Flanelista, apparently. So that's what chat is demanding, so that's what you guys get.
Well, I love chat's response to all the League of Legends comparisons because they were making some
you guys are
better.
rude.
You guys are savage. You guys are freaking savage. You're like, oh yeah, Ronaldo is Gragas. Absolutely merciless.
I did, Giselle being Janna or Lux, I definitely agree with.
I was surprised by Ari, but I think it also makes a lot of sense given his taste. Yeah. All right, well, now it's time to see what's coming up in the world of Cloud9. This is Cloud Coverage. Let's take a look at this upcoming Cloud9 schedule. This weekend, we've got the World of Warcraft Arena Summer Cup 3. Then Jukes, you may have heard of him, First Place Academy Cloud9 team along with the LCS squad will face Echo Fox and Team Solo Mid in League of Legends. Next, we've got Cloud9's all-new CSGO squad competing together for the first time at Blast Pro Series Los Angeles. Monty, how should Automatic Daps and the rest of the new team approach this event, and what do they want to get out of it?
Well, I think what we heard Bardolph say last week was right, is that this is a team where we don't expect a lot of synergy right now, but it's going to be the first showing. So, if they do well, then hopefully that's not going to be their ceiling. And if they do poorly, hopefully they'll be able to grow over time. So I wouldn't read too much into this either way. Still going to be interesting to see how the new roster has been assembled so far, for sure.
Then we have the first ever Hearthstone Grandmasters playoffs this weekend, and our viewers can catch you, Frodan, casting the Americas playoffs. Can you break down what some of our C9 players who have qualified?
So the first one is Dawn. He's actually a player/caster, which I feel like has been the trend. Every player/caster is doing very well in Hearthstone Grandmasters. This guy is very fun, too, as a streamer. I expect him to do very well because Asia Pacific hasn't shown the greatest of results, and Dawn definitely looks like a cut above the rest. But what I'm really excited for is my main man, Kalento. I've been watching this guy for years dominate Hearthstone. Look at him playing this mirror match against himself. And Kalento is one of the greatest Hearthstone players of all time. And once again, going to prove why he shouldn't be slept on. Everyone keeps underrating him for the new blood, but he is old faithful. Kalento is going to do very well.
And in case you guys missed it, Cloud9 has signed 4 Fortnite pros who will be competing at the World Cup at the end of the month. American player Snow was signed along with Dracon's Blackouts and 13-year-old Prodigy Nyx, all from Brazil. Good luck to those guys. Seems to be a Brazilian theme to this show. And, we've seen a lot of world-class shooter Brazilian players. Obviously, you look at teams like MIBR dominating for a long time. Well, when they were SK.
It just shows
MIBR may not be dominating as much these days. But Furia, actually a new CSGO team that I was watching.
I was about to say that.
I mean, again, taking down Blastralis is one thing. We'll see how they track in the future, but they're really exciting prospects, that team.
Really good stuff. So there's more Jukes coming up. We've come to the cherry on top of our show. At number 1, here's one for the road.
And here is your one for the road. As we mentioned in the news, the Stranger Things cast met Takahashi Meijin, who was one time able to fire 16 shots per second on a joystick. So that got us thinking, how fast could we click? So today we're using clicktest.com to see who reigns Clickmaster Supreme out of us and Jukes. Jukes, there's a lot of clicking in League of Legends. Have you ever tested how fast can you click?
No, never.
All right, well, we're gonna try. We each get one shot, 10 seconds to click as many times as possible. Monty, you're gonna start us off.
I mean, I started out as an RTS player, and I don't know how fast I can click either, so.
All right.
Storied history of pro gaming here from Mr. Christo.
No stretching, he's just gonna go straight for it, all right. 10 seconds.
Can he keep your speed up, though? That's the real question.
This is a lot of APM.
Oh, it's nice.
It's pretty clean. It's pretty clean.
Okay.
He's sweating, bro.
7.2.
7.2 is the score to beat. Uber, you're up
All right,
next.
so I came from Call of Duty 4 Pro Mod where, if you could fire the Deagle really fast, you would do a lot of damage. I didn't do a lot of damage, so let's try this one out. All right. There's got to be a way to do this. It's got to be one-handed, right?
Yeah. The only rule is that you only can use one hand, but we'll see if Mitch can figure out the best way to do it. Is he left?
I'm trying to engineer
middle
this.
finger,
All right,
ring
let's
finger.
get it, baby.
Oh, he stumbled.
Monty, you're washed, bro. Oh, I've lost it. No.
See, he went for speed over control. So.
And he still beat Monty. Wow, 2 fumbles and he still got to the goal line over this guy.
We got it, bro. Let's go.
All right, well, I'm third apparently.
All right.
I'm used to one-handed
7.5,
man.
I actually lost the mouse.
What are you doing with the other hand?
Yeah, obviously sipping my Red Bull.
Yeah, operating your strength.
Here, you got stretch. Ready to go.
All right, Frodan.
For all my tablet gamers out there.
You're a big gamer, man. Let's get it. Oh, he's out of the gates real fast. He can just come around the first bend about out of heck. Look at him. There's stripes written on him. You're like the guy from Cars, the car guy, the red one.
Nice.
Let's go! 8.6. Woo!
See, this is
what a rush!
Really hard,
I'm the oldest one here. This is why you can't be a pro gamer after 30.
Yeah. That's right. Your reflexes and all that stuff goes down. All right, Jukes, 8.6.
Oh, man, it's hard.
For the fans.
Let's go.
For the clout. All right, decent start. Coming out of the gates looking strong. Round the first corner, barely a break in stride. The
Sweating a
intensity.
little bit.
Oh, he beat me? No way.
He would have made it, I think, but the mouse moved. Now, the person says we have time for one more round each. You guys want to give it another shot?
Let's
Quick. I think
my guy really wants mine to
my
win.
technique was flawed the first time. I'm gonna try.
All right,
I'm gonna try it a different way.
Let's see this new technique.
You guys went for no control. I was like holding onto the mouse.
That's right.
I'm all heart, bro. You know that. All right.
All right, much better this time around.
Come on, dude! It's not bad. No, he's flagging. He's losing it.
Oh, he's gassing out.
Sit down!
Technique is not for me.
It's me. All right.
Go.
Right.
Yeah, your boy. I am going to sit in this chair, right? I'm sure it's comfortable, but I won't know.
All right, Mitch. 6.8. You sure you can beat that this time around?
Let's get it, dude.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Oh, the jokes! Someone get this man a glass of water!
Nonsense! Oh, well.
All right.
It's a
guys,
risk not to hold the mouse.
I'm going to use my left hand for you guys, all right? Here we go.
Disrespect.
He's actually left-handed. It's just a Princess Bride situation.
Okay, it's not bad. Easy.
7.5.
Was that less than you got the first time?
It was less my first time.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Jukes.
All right.
Can I do that? Like mounting?
Yeah, you can hold. You can hold it, right? As long as it's only one hand on the mouse. All right, Jukes was...
7.5 is a score to beat here, Jukes. Winner takes all.
Quickly, don't face check the bush. Put a ward down, quickly. Going through a gank. Rotating for the mid lane. Where's your jungler?
All right, Jukes. Well, at least you beat these two old
Yeah. Throw down one?
Yeah,
No, you had second. Yeah, well, you had 8.6 the first time. Definitely dominated.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all the drugs. My performance-enhancing drugs allowed me to
really
break the barriers
It's all
here.
that Hearthstone practice. You know, the most embarrassing thing is, you know, you're the one who plays like the least mechanically intensive game, and we lost.
No, because his joints are all working fine. You know,
It's because all the years of lifting the iPad with one hand, making sure that I had it. But that's it for all of us. Thank you so much. I guess I'll be sending the trophy
Thank you,
to
guys.
myself.
Very good. Yeah, thanks for being here, Jukes.
Yeah. Chat, did you play along? Did anyone beat us?
The sensitivity of the mouse is too damn high. You can't even click upon it without it going off the screen. Make the button bigger. Crap website.
Crap website.
Yeah, get a new one.
All right. Website.
The website's fault the mouse.
I agree. Blackout 3000 said 9.0. I saw Wisteria Werewolf said 9.6. That's pretty good.
Jukes is such a memer that he landed on 6.9.
I know.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Some of the people are saying, Slap Happy 11 got 8.4.
Oh, on your own setup.
8.2.
Dude, do it at land.
You know what's so scary? There's a lot of producers here that all tried it too. They're all like 20 years older than us, and they beat all of us at 92 or like 93 clicks.
Yeah.
And I don't believe them.
Linku says he got 11.4, but I don't believe
I think
him.
they're just trying to
at all.
staunch us gamer boys, you know? Oh, well. You hate to see it.
11.4? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know.
You'll never lose at Mario Party if you get 11.4
I don't believe you for a second, Linku.
Frodan, you might be the click test champion, but you're also the gamer face champ. Do we have it? Do we have that? Look at this. He's like a frog.
This is my favorite GIF of all time now.
Well, I did not know I make those faces when I play.
See,
the trick is to make faces on purpose. Yeah.
GIF.
I brought my bedroom
game.
That's something, mate.
I understand why you're alone.
Yes, very much so.
Put that on Tinder. We need gifts for Tinder.
Hashtag
That's right. That'll be my boomerang.
Well, emphasis on the boomer part of it.
God, I'm so embarrassed.
All right, that's it for our show. Make sure to catch us next week, of course. Sneaky will be in the studio in Red Vinyl. Tune in the 9s at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, apparently 10 p.m. Brazilian Time. I learned that today.
There you go.
Here on the Cloud9 Twitch channel. Follow C9 here on Twitch and on YouTube and on social. Use hashtag the 9s. Tell your friends about the show. Why watch it alone? You can watch it together with us. Yes, and Sneaky Enthusiast. This is the 9s presented by AT&T. See you next week, and good night.